Mm-hmm. Please. We live, huh? We live?
We live.
Shit.
I'm checking the pages. Here it is. Boom. YouTube. How are we looking on YouTube? We're live on both YouTube and Twitch. Hello, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to the show.
Oh, we made it. All right. Let me hit this here. Huh. Let's fucking go, dude. Oh, there we are live here. Go, dude. Let's not get the echo. All right, cool. All right. Everything looks good on my end.
Yeah, we're looking good, dude.
I'm gonna fucking break this, dude. I know it.
Hopefully, it happens live on the show.
Hmm.
The shock and laughs. You know,
Dude.
we'll have the moment.
7:30, my man. You ready?
Yeah, let's do it, dude.
All right. Let's get it. Guys, thanks for joining. It's another one. And you're here with us. All right. Oh, I need to go here too. Okay. Let me go here. All right. And we are starting. Dude, here we are. It's another one. It's Wednesday. It's Wednesday. It's To Live and Talk in LA, baby. Hey, my name's Mark.
And I'm Vic.
And we are To Live and Talk in LA. It's kind of redundant.
It's okay.
It's also repeating itself.
Yeah, you got to get it in there, dude.
It's to hammer home the point. And I tend to not do that. I don't like to do that. I mean, you're here live with us on Twitch and YouTube, and you probably know you can get us on Apple Podcast, Spotify, or however you get your podcast. Tell a friend. But I don't like to do that. I don't like to remind people to run Apple Podcast, Spotify, or however you get your podcast.
It's a show for humans, dude. It's all about the repetition. So check us out on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcast, guys.
Yeah. My man. Well, what's good, dude?
Dude, it's all good, man. Another week in the books.
Another week in the books.
It feels nice. It's been chill. Work's been a little busy, but I've been living it up. Just kind of I'm in a bit of a nerd phase right now, and I'm enjoying it, dude. Life feels good, man.
What does nerd phase mean to you?
Well, I guess that's a good question. I am pretty nerd. My baseline, I run pretty nerdy as it is, but I'd say so. Right now, what that means is that, again, I've been enjoying this part-time lifestyle. I'm picking up a little bit of stuff here and there. I keep them busy, but I do have downtime. And what I've been doing is I've been going back through my stuff that I maybe didn't finish before, like as a kid, games that I didn't beat, or stuff that I that was out of my reach as a youngster, And now as an adult man who's played shit tons of video games, and I get it, I can just go back and stomp on stuff, dude. And it's pretty fun, actually, It's like watching a scary movie that I was so scared of as a kid, and then you go back as an adult and you're like, this is fine,
What are you playing now that you're curb stomping because you were too dumb as a kid to get?
So a game that I beat last week that I was really enjoying, Final Fantasy VIII. Okay, right at the gate, pretty nerdy stuff, but it's the reason why that one is tricky is because you gotta they changed the whole system. And as a kid, I didn't read this stuff. I wasn't paying attention to what was happening. So I was just trying shit. And then now I went back and I'm like, oh my God, you need to, bind your wind magic to your attack stat, dude. And then it's opens the whole thing up. So I didn't get that, as a kid.
I feel that. I feel that because, I mean, sometimes as a kid, we're dumb. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I think we all, first off, stop saying children are the future. Children are not the future, and we are seeing it firsthand with the youth
They do
these
not
days.
got this.
They do not got this. I don't want to hear that they're the future, and let's stop protecting them and let's stop investing in them. Let's invest in us.
Hmm.
Um, with that being said, when comes to video games, I can think of like maybe like moments in my life where because I was a kid, I wasn't reading properly,
Hmm.
and I would just get shot back into the wrong place, and I would do the wrong thing, and I would essentially I was a kid, I was just powering through,
Oh my
and
God. Yeah.
it,
I don't know how we had the patience for this stuff, dude. You know, doing it
yeah,
now.
it, I can think of this is going to be the nerdy segment of the show. Streets of Rage, Sega
Ooh.
Genesis, the first one, and I'm pretty sure when you get to the final boss, I was so stoked, and he starts it's not audio, it's text, and it's just like blah 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 blah,
Yeah.
and it gives you a yes or no option, and of course I hit yes, and I just didn't read it, and it sends you back about 4 levels and I think what's going on
Oh
is
my
that
God.
he was saying if you don't think you're ready for this fight, you can go ahead and retrain, and I was like, yeah, sure, and then it sends me back into level 6 or whatever it was, and it's because my as a dumbass kid, I didn't
Yeah.
fucking read it, so I had to go back. Another game that was really hard, and I don't know if you know this, as you're going into blurry mode.
I'm
Uh,
back.
I'm high. Okay, cool. You're back. All right. Is Lion King? Did you
Dude,
ever play
I've
Lion
heard
King?
of Lion King that it's really hard, right?
There's the Hakuna Matata level. And again, I can recall Hakuna Matata from Lion King and Super Nintendo in 1994, but I still don't know who Speaker of the House is.
Hey,
And
priorities.
there's a part where you have to roar at the monkeys and you have to line it right because they throw you around. And if you don't have it right, you got to go back and do it again. And as a kid, I wasn't really understanding the logic. I just sat there for about 47 minutes, who's counting, and just roared at monkeys until it was. But if you kind of just sat there and kind of understood what they were doing, where you turn them one way or the other, I probably would have been done in about 10 minutes. And because kids are not the future, I didn't know that. And I totally sat there for about 47 minutes.
I think, yeah, a lot of these games that I beat as a kid were just games that you could beat with sheer force of will. You know, like just
Yeah.
if you just try it 100 times, eventually it's gonna fall the right way, right? So, but now, like this game that I'm playing right now is called Xenosaga. Okay, it's like this like
Yeah.
space Japanese dramatic. It has 8 hours of cutscenes, dude, in total. Okay, so sometimes I'll just, bro, I'll just be playing and it's like movie and it goes into a cutscene and it'll be like 20 minutes before it's done with cutscenes. So like
Mm.
I'm just leaning back. I got a comfortable setup now because I have to just sit here and watch and it's like a novella. Anyways, there's so much like shit that I would not have understood as a kid. Even now I'm kind of confused and I'm like there's no way that I enjoyed this as a child, but I loved it. I was obsessed with this game. And like the
Yeah.
concept, there's like this depressed guy wants to kill himself. He's like this soldier and he turns into another thing. And it's like that was not sticking to me as a kid. But the main character's hot, dude. It's a hot robot chick. So
Okay. Well, I mean, you won me back with
it got
Hot
me
Robot.
there. Yeah, it's fine.
uh, yeah, I'm thinking of all the games that I couldn't finish as a kid, or it took me a while to do. And Lion King is the hardest one, I think.
Lion King might still be fucking hard, dude. I don't
Hmm.
know. But I've heard that's like on the yeah, it's like on the list of like hardest games ever up there with like Battletoads and stuff. But
I'm, pl-
yeah.
I mean, let's keep going on video games, which is I'm losing my fucking complete patience. Uh, my boy Julio let me borrow the 3DI or ID or whatever it is, and Ocarina of Time. I'm playing that.
Oh
Zelda.
yeah.
And
It's a
I'm
good
in the
one.
water temple. I'm in a water temple, and I have no fucking clue what I'm doing again.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's kind of the inverse of what I'm saying now, which is I don't know how I 100% the game Zelda. I must have had. I'm in 6th grade. What the hell do you have to do? You would just sit there and play Zelda.
Yeah.
100% the game, and I remember I had all the glass jars, all the fucking the spiders, Skeltulas or whatever they are.
Mhm.
And I did that. I was that dude. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is one because I'm on a water temple now and I have no fucking clue what I'm doing, and
That's the doozy. That's the one that gets everybody though, dude.
I might
You
have to
know?
go to YouTube and just play it
Yeah.
side by side with the fucking person doing it.
Feels bad
But
when you have to do that.
and maybe you can talk about the dumbest dare you've done, and feel free to drop this in the chat on YouTube or Twitch, or email us or tweet us or put us on Instagram when you're listening to this on Apple Podcast, Spotify, or however you get your podcast. Is my friends dared me to delete that save file of 100%. And they said you're a bitch, bro. You're a pussy. You're not gonna do it. And I was like,
I'll
it's a
fucking do
dare.
it, dude.
Of course I'll do it. And they're like, yeah, show us. And I deleted it. And that's when I realized I'm like, I am fucking stupid. Again, another moment of kids being stupid is I fucking took that L, and that was a moment in history. And
Can't get that back.
It was gone into ether.
Those were not real friends, dude. Real friends would not tell you to delete your save, dude. That's fucked up.
I don't even know why that was such a good dare, is to delete your save file.
Dude, because that's precious. But it's 100%, so it's like, you don't care. You did it, right?
I mean, I knew I did it. I
Yeah.
can talk about it.
You don't need it.
But it was gone. And after instantly, I was like, well, I guess I got to do it again. I got to run it back. And I did. Yeah, 100%, man.
I like that you mentioned the 100% thing. So these games now, they all come with the 100%, like the platinum thing, right? You do all the achievements and you get a platinum. And so I don't have any platinums, dude, because I'm always too lazy. I've been playing a lot of games, right, recently, and I've beat a handful of games already, like this year. I'm treating them like books, dude, because I'm playing role-playing games. They're nerdy. It's a lot of reading. It's basically like a book. I don't care. And I'll be like at the very end, and it's like, okay, you could do this like grindy thing that's gonna take you 6 hours, or you could just end the story and it's fine. And I always find myself sitting there thinking, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna wrap it up, dude, because I don't have time to do these challenges. And now, just this week, I decided I'm gonna start emulating stuff. I got on this like pirating slippery slope, right? I downloaded a season of Westworld last week, Westworld season 1. And then I remembered how easy it is to start pirating stuff, dude. So now I'm downloading these games that I can get for free, and I'm playing them on my computer, and there's no achievements. And it's like I've surpassed achievements, and now I'm just playing just for the joy of it again, dude. And it's kind of nice.
Well, there's always that one achievement that is fucking insane. And I say this as an Xbox head because we have the achievements.
Yeah.
And my favorite game for the last maybe 10 years, it's up there, is Ori and the Blind Forest. And I don't know what the fuck you have to go into God mode and beat the game with no fucking deaths and no power-ups. I'm like, I don't have time for that, dude. As much as I love the game and I want to be 100%, I can't do it.
I cannot do a lot of these. I'll look at them and I'm just thinking, God, how many hours is this going to take me sometimes to do these? And I can't be bothered with that, dude. It's going to take too long, you know?
Yeah. Here's the fun thing is when you're here on Twitch that we don't have a moderator and I'm too lazy to do it, but we have like some fucking like bot in there and he's like asking us for shit, and I'm like, honestly, you're here, stay here, just keep watching.
You can hang out. I saw you were talking and I was reading the message and I'm like, oh my God, I'm trying to figure out how to like deal with this. I looked away.
It's like our show is like love. It's for everybody.
All are welcome. We're even entertaining bots right now. Yeah, it's all good.
Just come through. I have something I want to get your thoughts on.
Yeah, go.
We're in Girl Scout cookie season.
Yes.
What's your stance on this? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Do you have nuanced thoughts? Because I do.
I have 2 boxes of Girl Scout cookies in my house right now, and I think this is the last year that I'm going in on Girl Scout cookies, dude. I think I'm done.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why?
They feel very expensive, and you only get like 20 cookies in the box sometimes. Like these ones I got, I mean, I don't know. I just think, why am I going to Girl Scouts for cookies? Like, and they're seasonal. Like I can just get these anytime. I've noticed now you can get the same cookies at the store and you can just have them, and they're probably better, to be honest. So I don't know. I'm just kind of done.
Yeah, and tell us if and play along in the chat and talk to us about Girl Scout cookies.
What's your favorite, you guys?
They added a new flavor, Adventurefuls. Have you seen this one? And
those are the ones I got. The brownie one.
Yeah, those are fucking legit, dude. I will say it's $6 a box. It's interesting that they've kind of covered their bases, and now they have gluten-free cookies and all these different things. And I'm up to support a girl boss. The girl boss being the Girl Scouts.
Yeah.
Here's what I don't like. I don't like when when it's Girl Scout cookie season, your coworker or whatever it is comes by and it's like, "Hey guys,
Yeah.
it's that time again. Here's the spreadsheet, here's the QR code. Scan it and buy." You are not the Girl Scout that you're selling for. You're selling on behalf of your daughter, your niece, your abandoned kid that you feel bad for, and your deadbeat dad, and now you're making up for cookies. Whatever it is,
Whatever the
I
story,
don't,
the long story is.
I don't like that. Which is, I the other day I was out in the field
Yeah.
and I saw Girl Scouts selling Girl Scout cookies right there, and I said immediately take my money.
That's what I did too. Yeah.
You're out in the streets and you're hustling, and that's a true essence of a girl boss. I love that. Not when mommy or daddy or like your family is selling cookies for you on your side and you're scanning the QR code. There was no hunt in that, and I don't respect it. And you guys need to put your kids out there and start selling cookies.
You're not
In the
buying cookies without little girls, dude.
No,
You
I
need the
mean,
little girls there to be part of the
here-
transaction.
here's the thing. I did because you feel bad, like it's
Yeah.
like, and it's like, why do I feel bad? I shouldn't feel bad because there was no effort in this. When
It's
I
the
was a kid,
principle of the thing, dude.
when I was a kid, I had to sell cookie like I sold chocolate bars for school. And there was an expectation if you did this, you'd have to go sell it. There was no QR code.
Can't just give it to your mom, dude. That's
You
fucked
give
up.
it to your mom at best. And my mom used to work the night shift, so she would take the chocolates with her. And I respect that. But 90% of the sales came from me walking door to door and selling chocolate like a fucking idiot. And that's part of the hustle.
I'm gonna pause really quick for chat. Over on
Yeah.
the YouTube side of things, we got signs in the chat saying "Let's go, boys! Gotta have them boxes on you." So he seems pro cookie. If you guys haven't seen last week's episode, check it out. Our boy signs. And then on Twitch, someone's telling Logan you're talking about her on your pod. So careful, bro.
I mean, honestly, that's part of the problem. I contributed to the problem, and it's disrespectful at this point to the Girl Scouts who are out there selling them on the streets, going outside supermarkets, going outside pot dispensaries. They're
Those are the
doing
smart
their
ones.
thing. Those are the ones hustling.
Yeah.
Mommy and daddy can't do this for you. I'm sorry. You know, there is like at that point, I'm not going to order from you. I will bypass the QR code, and this is me going on record now. If you give me a QR code, I am bypassing the QR code. I'm going to the Girl Scouts website, and I'm going to order it and not credit it to anybody.
Damn, you're spiteful, dude. I would just
Dude, I
wait
am.
until you have cash, dude. Holy shit. I'll tell you what
but,
though. Okay.
Mhm.
I want to jump in for a second. So I've seen Girl Scout cookies. Girl Scouts waiting outside the grocery store. I don't really like that, dude. That's kind of like camping to me. I don't like that. They're campers and they're lazy, dude. So I didn't buy from them. But you know who I did buy from? I was on a walk
Okay.
south of the boulevard. I was on a walk with my girlfriend a couple weekends ago, and there was a Girl Scout there just posted up on the curb on the
Yeah.
corner in the middle of the fucking neighborhood, dude. And I was like, this one I'm gonna buy cookies from because she's out here, just one,
Yeah.
and her mom. I don't mind if there's a mom there mad dogging everybody just to make sure everybody's above board. That's okay. But it was
Yeah.
she was out there, dude, just holding it down. And I asked her what her favorite cookie was, and she had nuanced answers and why they were the best. So I'm like, this is what I'm talking about.
I don't mind the camping outside thing. And that's life. You know, when you go to Target and you're at the self checkout line, you're at the checkout line, there are things for you to check out, and that's technically what they're doing. They just put a person behind it, and that's why I'm like, because sometimes you'll be hit with that impulse by like, damn, that Twix sounds good right now.
Yeah.
I buy the Twix. So that's part of the game. They just put the sweetener of the deal is the girl selling it because she's putting in that legwork and burning those calories. I respect that.
I don't like people waiting at the grocery store. The people who want you to vote on stuff, people who have those like membership clubs to all the things around the neighborhood that never seem to work, those cards, any of that stuff. Because I feel like that you're like at the watering hole where my grocery store is where I get my food, dude. That's like That's like a scary place, dude. It's like an animal going to the watering hole. I'm like a zebra trying to get a drink, and there's fucking people harping on me, trying to get me to sign stuff, and it's like, no, dude, I'm here to get food, man. This is
I
a baseline requirement that I'm dealing with right now.
Dude, don't get me started. And everyone here in the chat, put like a yes if this is happening to you. And this is essentially a pandemic, which is my mailbox is being fucking blown up. My physical mailbox of mailers for everything political. Vote yes on this, vote no on this, and it's constantly filling up my mailbox. I was going to save a stack and bring it to the show just as a visual, but I would have hurt my back because of how much paper
Dude,
was in there. I threw it all out, man. It's mad offensive, and then I'm getting text messages on top of that constantly.
I'm getting a lot
And
of text messages. It's so true. It's really annoying.
and I did not sign up for this, dude. If it's because I signed up for a political party, then I'm going to go independent or communist. I don't
No,
care
listen, dude. Here's the thing.
because I don't want it.
Do you have your ballot? You
It's
can't see it.
somewhere.
Okay.
Somewhere, yeah.
They send you all this stuff. So here's the thing: you get your ballot early, and you got to look through all this propaganda and figure out which one you like the best, dude. I was trying to do this last week because there's so many people on the ballot that I don't know who the fuck any of them are and what they're about, right? Besides like 4 or 5 people on there. So it's
Yeah.
like you got to look through all this shit, but it all says happy, positive things, dude. You go to their website. First of all, I eliminated all the ones that didn't have websites. I just eliminated them. I'm like, you know what? If you don't have a website, you don't know what's going on, dude. So
Mhm.
that only left me a few. But it's like, maybe you need the mail to figure out who's the best, dude. Who's got the best marketing? It is
It-
fucking annoying though. Like, I don't know what to do even still, even with
I
all the ads.
physically have to get my mail every day because of this. And because my mailbox will be full, and at some point
Yeah.
in 3 days, I can no longer physically take mail, and then I have to go to the post office to pick it up.
My mailmen always hate me because I get my mail like once a week, right?
Yeah.
I get my mail once a week at this building, and it's like there's always like one letter at the top that's like fucking accordion style because it's crumpled up, and I can tell he's just jamming shit in there. He's so annoyed.
Yeah, that's the equivalent of getting a sandwich made out of hate.
Yeah.
It's like they've just shoved your mail in there, and you can see the last straws because it's just it's balled up in a fist.
Yeah. I think they don't do that to anything important though. I think because it's always some bullshit. It's never like a letter from the government or something.
No. We in the chat we have separation of state and church. We need separation of Girl Scouts in public places. Damn, this guy does not want Arabelle Poppy does not want cookies sold to him.
I get that. It's just a little much, I think the Girl Scouts are on the more like not as annoying side of people who annoy me at grocery stores, but they're still in there somewhere. It's a gray area.
And he also brings up an interesting point. But if I stand outside in a skirt and I get arrested for trespassing, I already tried to identify as a kid, but now I'm on some list. It's BS, defund Girl Scouts.
See
It's
that?
heavy, dude. I mean, bro, like,
Maybe it depends on the neighborhood. I feel like if
Yeah.
you wear a skirt, you could do that like in Hollywood.
mhm.
You're probably fine.
In the chat also brings up Santa's with the bell. What's your thoughts of Santa with the
Dude.
bell?
I hate that because I don't even know where that shit's going. I think it's so weird.
Hmm.
The dude with the bell, it's like spooky.
Well, Salvation Army, it's interesting because we
Oh,
all
is
know
that it? Yeah, it is
Well,
Salvation Army.
it's Salvation Army, but what is Salvation Army doing? Do you know off the top of your head?
I don't know. That's the
I don't
thing
know.
that's fucked up is like I don't even want to give things to these organizations anymore because I just feel like I don't even know what they're doing with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I need a little info. Yeah, because it's like, hey, like Salvation Army, and we have gone so long, I don't even know what we're talking about anymore. What are you trying to
I
salvate
don't
us
mind
from?
donating like a rug. Like when I moved, I donated a bunch of shit that I don't know what to deal with. Like and they won't even take it sometimes. I went to a Salvation Army and they wouldn't take this painting, and I'm like, really? Like, it's not. It's just like a blue abstract painting. Like I was really surprised. She's like, no, yeah, we can't. I'm like, why are you being picky right now? You're Salvation Army.
I'm trying to go through a deep cleanse of my place, and I've donated so much shit. And the problem is, if you don't go early enough, like Goodwill, I support Goodwill
Mhm.
apparently because they're close by.
I like Goodwill.
But at some point, they won't take any donations, so you have to drive to different Goodwill donations to get rid of shit,
Hmm.
and it's mad annoying, bro.
It is
I,
annoying. I did that
I,
last time I moved. I feel you.
I and then, do you ever have a donator's remorse?
Uh, not really. Like I keep a lot of stuff, so I'm
Mm,
usually like pretty ready to say goodbye with most of these things. And I also try to think like, when's the last time I've used this? And it's usually never. So I could
mm.
just get rid of it. You know. What are you thinking about? What are you missing?
I I donated my boxing gloves. I think I did,
Yeah.
and I at some point I was just so overwhelmed. I said I'm gonna just get rid of everything. And Marie Kondo, less is more or whatever she's saying, and I just put everything in a box. And then right when I drove away, I was like, I don't know, those boxing gloves are pretty cool. Yeah. I totally, I felt like such an idiot. And then
Yeah.
what even upset me more is I made the conscious effort to keep the focus mitts.
Mm.
So if I need to use the focus mitts, someone better have gloves or they're going bare knuckle boxing because I only have focus mitts.
What's a focus mitt?
It's the pads you wear in each hand.
Oh,
So then you could punch, and we would do punching drills.
you need gloves to hit those? No, right?
I mean, preferably you want to protect your hand.
But you doesn't it already have the pads on it? That's the whole thing.
Well, you as the puncher. I think people don't know this, but your hand is comprised of multiple small bones. So the fact that like a boxing glove protects that because all of a
Mm.
sudden you hit the wrong thing in your knuckle, you break it, or a small bone in your hand is broken.
Mm.
And the glove essentially minimizes that. If you want to truly minimize it, you got to wrap your hands and then put the gloves on.
So you're telling me those dudes on TikTok who punch books, they're fakers? You seen those
No,
guys?
no, I have not. But
Mm.
if you punch barehanded, you're punching barehanded, and if you break your hand, you break your hand. I don't have anything to tell you.
You ever seen Ip Man?
Yes, it man.
Yeah, he like hits wood and punches books and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen guys doing that on TikTok and online, and I'm like, is this real? Like, if you just hit a wall every day,
Yeah.
like your hands just get really strong. I feel like you would just fuck yourself up, man. Maybe there's probably more to it.
Well, I don't know. I mean, one of my bucket list things is to break wood with my hands. Like Mortal Kombat. I want to do that. I've
That
seen
would
it
be
happen on
sick.
YouTube. People break wood. I want to do that. Um, I don't like the videos, and I know this is meant to be inspirational, where like it's okay to cry, and but when they have kids try to break the wood, and they have the one kid like constantly try to break the wood, and the sensei like tells him to do it, it's like just he'll get it next week, dude. Just let him go
Give
and
him some
don't keep
time.
him here. He needs to drink a little more milk and get a little bigger. He's not ready to break the wood, and then all of a sudden the sensei is like, "Hey, like." You got this. And then the kid is just going. And at some point, you punch yourself out because you're crying. You're all worn out from crying because when you have a good cry, you don't really have that dog in you.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, you're expected to break that same piece of wood that you couldn't 2 minutes prior to crying.
It's a lot to
Next
ask.
next week, we'll do this.
Yeah, I need to cool off. I need to sleep on this.
We'll
That's what the
rile
kid's
you
thinking.
up as a kid, tell us how you suck, and it gets you angry, and you'll break it. But don't do that. Yes, it's okay to cry, sure, whatever, but just the kid's not ready. The kid doesn't have that dog in him. He's got to figure it out, and by figuring it out, I mean come back next week. Dude, I swear to God, I'm gonna have a stroke doing this podcast with you. Like,
I don't know why this keeps happening. Everything was fine.
mhm.
You know?
Yeah, I don't know.
Anywho.
Well,
Hey,
hey,
you know what what dog's not in me, dude?
what?
Or dog anyways, whatever. I'm transitioning. There's a lot of like live action stuff now, right? Um and I've been like trying to watch Avatar the Last Airbender on Netflix. Have you seen this?
I know it exists. I don't watch it.
Have you seen Avatar the show, the cartoon show?
Sorry, bro.
This is like when I told you I've never seen Rocky, and you're like, "What? You
Yeah.
see this,
Okay.
dude?
Yeah.
Same thing,
Same thing.
same fucking thing, dude." And that's the thing people don't understand. Anyways, whatever. Avatar is really good, right? I've seen it a couple times. Avatar has a spin-off show that's like later, you know, a sequel, Legend of Korra. Even that's pretty good. I've seen that a couple times. Um, and M. Night Shyamalan made a movie a few years ago of Avatar: The Last Airbender, and it was like the worst fucking thing it was like anybody has ever seen. They couldn't have made it any worse if they tried, right? And that scared me off, and I'm like, I'm done. I'm done with this stuff. Avatar, I'm just gonna keep it as it is. Just remember it as a cartoon. And so I started watching this new show on Netflix, Avatar: The Last Airbender, dude. And I was a little worried, but I was like, you know what? Because I think if the last remake was really bad and everyone hated it, you really need to make sure this new one is good, right?
Mhm.
Like, because you're like set up, you know, you're under the microscope.
Yeah.
And I watched this. I watched one episode yesterday. I did not like it, dude. I am really concerned. And I just think like maybe I don't know when live action stuff's gonna die, but I just think with this one, like the kids look a lot like the cartoon characters, but the acting's terrible. And I think maybe that's because kids are actors and it's hard as a kid actor.
Yeah.
But I think I'm done, dude. And I've only seen one episode. Maybe it gets better, but I just like it was really hard. It bummed
Well,
me out.
Disney movies are notorious for this right now, going into live action, and it's. I have yet to see a movie where this actually works, going into live action.
Yeah.
And if you have one, share it with us. Because I watched Lion King, which isn't truly live action, but it was like CGI. It was fucking terrible.
I didn't watch that.
I watched some of Mulan, and with Mulan, you know, there was the whole. I didn't like it. It didn't capture me. I know
Yeah.
there's Aladdin. See, Disney has done a shit ton of these, and I don't think any of them has really panned out the way it wanted to. But it's a good cash grab, because here's the thing. You know, I think ultimately these movies aren't made for us anymore.
Think it's that? You think we're just older now? It's
I
just
th-
they're for kids? Because the kids do like it.
the kids love it because, again, not the future, guys. The kids are dumb.
They're
Uh,
stupid.
and at some point, I think we all have to realize this. And I've come to terms with this with wrestling. I've come to terms with this with movies too, with Star Wars. Is we'll watch Star Wars and we'll watch, you know, episode 7, 8, 9 with Ray and Finn, and all and people and at the end of the day, like we're all breaking it down and treating it like episodes 4, 5, and 6. And I think we're honestly watching it with rose-colored glasses. We're like, oh my God, like that was so good. Like, and I think we all have a strong attachment to it. We love it. And I love 4, 5, and 6. But at some point, and you know why this theory holds up is because now what's going on is everyone's starting to love 1, 2, and 3. Everyone's starting to
Yeah.
suck Anakin Skywalker's dick. Like, oh my God, like this is. I was like, we were tearing those movies apart, and
Yeah.
all of a sudden, because like we gave that dude depression because we were making fun of him and everything,
They were so mean to him, dude.
they were so mean to him, and all of a sudden, you have to realize these movies aren't meant for us anymore. We're fucking 57, and we're breaking down the plot arc of Ray, and like, oh my God, like what's going on? And then you have the other side of the spectrum, not the autistic spectrum, but you have the other side where it's like, this is fucking woke shit. There's a female character and there's a black dude. It's like, this isn't meant for you anymore. You have to hand over the baton and just know that this content is not made for you. Same thing in pro wrestling, same thing in fucking movies and TV shows. We kind of have to just come to terms with it, dude, and watch new things because we're old, bro.
Yeah. Time to start watching the news. You know, that's serious. I think you maybe are right. Maybe you're right. And I think that sometimes like I'm like, maybe I'm just getting old. All right. It's kind of like that's the same idea. I think and I tell myself that sometimes, but then I think, nah, fuck that, dude. Like, do you think adults thought Star Wars was dumb and for kids like at the time? I wonder. Like if you asked or like if like my parents, I should ask them, did you enjoy the Lion King? Like watching it? Cuz
Yeah.
maybe they did just think it was stupid and they're like, God, I can't wait to get out of here, you know? Like I don't know. That's a good question.
And we went through this pendulum swing too, which was Star Wars was not cool by the it was frowned upon. It was for geeks and for nerds and for losers, and I loved it as a kid, so that kind of makes sense, right?
Hmm.
But when I was in elementary school and I was trying to talk about Anakin Skywalker, like, oh, did you know like that's like who he was? People were like, what the fuck are you talking about,
Fuck out
bro?
of here, dude.
And now chicks like it, hot chicks and cool rappers and all these people who like this stuff and they made it cool. I I am confused. I am confused, and I feel like when I was in, it wasn't cool. Now it's cool, and now it's just not for us anymore.
That's why you got to come over to Star Trek. This is where I've taken refuge, because Star Trek is still not cool.
Yeah.
And it's pretty fucking good, dude. I've watched so much Star Trek over the last like 2 years because I was done with Star Wars content. I'm all about the Trek now, dude. And
Yeah.
but you know what? I will say I think this new stuff is more appealing to people
Mhm.
than like the old shit was. I think there's kind of like there's like three different seasons that are sort of like going right now or that are current for Star
Mhm.
Trek, and one of them is like very like wokey and like very like modern,
Yeah.
and it's very inviting, and I think they're trying to do that. I mean, of course they're trying to get more people to watch it, but it's like
Mhm.
I think everything sort of gets to that point where they're just trying to get popular and like sort of accessible, which makes it less nerdy and cool.
Here's another example of episodes 4, 5, and 6 being looked at with rose-colored glasses. Is we are totally cool with Leia kissing Luke.
Who's really cool with that? Because I
I
always
think.
thought that was weird, dude.
Well, you see, like
Come on.
in episode 4, you didn't know, and in episode 5, like they kind of glossed over it. And then when you talk to people, and you're like, "That's weird," like they didn't know, and
True.
it's yeah, it's true, but like it still doesn't lessen the fact that that's weird.
Still kind of
And
weird.
we would have torn that apart
Yeah.
in if this happened in episode 7, 8, 9.
I think there's
Honestly,
something wrong with him because if you kiss your sister, you come off that kiss like,
yeah.
something is up. You would know. You would have like this weird feeling in your head.
I mean, if we repackage that, we could do stepsister Leia gets stuck in a trash chute,
Yeah.
where they go down, and Luke helps. Stepbrother Luke helps.
Anything step, all good. Green light. We
Green light
go.
on sight, dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
But we're still not there with the blood, direct family stuff.
yeah.
Not happening.
I love that, dude. Yeah,
I love
that's
that
that's
for
my
us.
rant on Star Wars, and like it's just not meant for us anymore, and it's super sad. And I think we all have to come to terms with that.
I think that, we all get to that point sometimes. And yeah, you're right. We have to be there for each other, dude. If you find your friend and they're like, this thing sucks now, you just tell them, nah,
Yeah.
dude, you're just not cool anymore. It's like when people say Pokemon's too easy now. Nah, dude, you're just 30. That's how it goes.
Yeah, it wasn't meant to be played by 35-year-olds who have done number crunching, and all of a
Yeah.
sudden put in a spreadsheet of what the most optimal hand is. It
You
wasn't meant
weren't
for that.
supposed to know what all the stats did, dude. Now, you can Google it and start making formulas. It's not the
This is
same.
why, all right, and this is why I get pissed off at people. When Blizzard and Diablo 4 came out,
Mhm.
and people were, we already maxed out 2 characters at level 100,
Yeah.
and we're like, what's going on? And then the developers said, guys, fucking
We
relax,
can't
take a
keep up
break.
with you guys.
We can't keep up and walk, like go for a walk. And
Yeah.
obviously the game developers did not estimate the dog in the nerd, who has time to burn and will put it in there. But two, that answer is actually correct. And I don't
Touch
want to side
grass.
with Blizzard because they've gone through all this bullshit with Activision.
Yeah.
But the answer is right, which is, guys, pump the brakes and go for a walk or play a different fucking game. You can't physically spend 200 hours in the first 2 weeks of the game, master everything, and all of a sudden get mad like, well, what the fuck?
They
Where's
do that with
everything
every
else?
game though. Gamers have
No.
taken the fun out of everything. They've taken the games out of it, dude. With WoW too. Same thing with Blizzard people. But it's like with the WoW Classic, they released it and the max level was 25, right, on this new thing. And people were at 25 in like 2 days and they're just like foaming at the mouth, right? Because
Yeah.
I've been playing for 80 hours straight and there's nothing left to do. What the fuck? Okay,
Well,
dude.
that's why we'll never capture those moments, and like like I wish to capture those moments in a bottle and relive it because
Mm.
when you played WoW for the first time, you're like, wow, I can walk through and I can take the
It
tram
was
from Ironforge
magical,
to
dude.
Stormwind. Now everyone's all about efficiency. They
Yeah.
know the fucking DPS. They know all these different things, and it's like, it's not fun, man. It's honestly, you guys have fucking ruined everything. I'm looking at you guys who are probably on Twitch.
Yeah, it's
Ruined it.
definitely the Twitch crowd for
The
sure.
YouTube people are pretty cool. Is it true that the stormtroopers are modeled after Blitz troopers from Nazis and Vader is Hitler? I'm going to say sure.
Maybe.
Now, Starship Troopers is that. Starship Troopers is the Nazis, and I think if we had to draw, like, I mean, it actually is the symbolism of that, which is they were the Nazis.
Troopers are modeled after Blitz troopers from Nazis. Could be. I don't know what Blitz troopers look like, to be honest with you.
I don't
I
know.
don't have a really good idea in my brain of what that looks like. I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like it's not Topanga Lawrence. I'm not really sure what Blitz Trooper is. I'm pretty sure
Blitz
that sounds
troop.
like it's like something I should know.
Sounds like it's from another video game.
Um, okay. I have I guess LA rant for you here, which is you remember I don't remember life being as tough as it was pre-COVID, and I had to drive to the airport a couple weeks ago to take my parents to the airport. International flight, and Tom Bradley. I have to go and drop them off, and they're departing.
Hmm.
So I have to park. I'm not just dropping them off and saying "Bon voyage, parents. I'll see you later." It's I have to park and bring over their heavy ass luggage because when they, I don't know if it's a Filipino thing or, uh, you know, people who aren't from America. Like my parents are going back with a lot of shit to give to people, so I have to physically move the stuff there. And I'm driving through Tom Bradley, and I know this like the back of my hand because I know where the terminal is. But as I get to the parking lot, it's blocked. There's two gates for it, and they're blocked. And it says that if you don't have a reservation, you can't come in. I've never seen reservations for Tom Bradley
No, it's
parking.
just a fucking Wild West out
Yeah.
there, dude.
And for anyone else I drop off at the airport at LAX, and I haven't done this in a while, the agreement is I drop you off in front of the fucking terminal, and that's it. I'll
Yeah.
see you later. But with parents, I go a little extra. And I said, okay, I don't know what the fuck's going on. Let me go down to arrivals and game the system. So I go down and I go into arrivals, and the first one is blocked. It says you need reservations. I'm like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? I drive to the next one and it's open. And it hits me with the biggest bullshit I've ever seen in my life, which is that you can valet for 75 bucks
Dude, that is so
or
scummy. Oh my God.
or you pay premium parking because you didn't go in there with a reservation. And I mean, I'm sorry, I didn't go into the fucking website and see that you needed a reservation because I asked the guard, I was like, what's good? Like, you have to make a reservation? She's like, yeah. And I said,
For
one of my
what?
things, one of my, to park in Tom Bradley in a departure.
That's
And
ridiculous.
it's insane. I know that we should all know things, right? And like we should do our research, but never once have I thought I need to reserve a parking spot in the fucking airport for me to drop somebody off. It'd be one thing if I was leaving my car over there for a couple nights because I'm
Yeah.
going to a different state and I'm coming back. I understand that, and I would take the lead on that, and I would take the blame. Me dropping someone off is not that. So fuck you, LAX. Honestly,
Temporary parking space, that's what parking lots are for, dude. You're supposed to just pull up.
and you're dropping people off. It's not like people are gonna stay there all day at the airport. Granted,
Yeah.
like there's no cancellations, but this is a place for people to there's constant turnover. And this is where I knew it was bullshit too, is because I found parking and we were good, and there was shit ton of parking, and then the guards closed off the spot where I walked into, so they could only feed you into valet parking.
That's bullshit. Sounds like they just want to make some extra money off of people. That sucks.
This is when I start to miss COVID and
Mm.
the whole driving around LA because that's kind of a fevered dream now, which is traffic has gone back to normal, if not worse. And I'm
Hmm.
driving through and I'm thinking, why is it taking me 40 minutes to get here? And uh, I don't get it. I just don't fucking get it.
Like, where's everyone going all the time? I always think, God, like, everyone's really out this much today when I'm in traffic. Like I stay home like multiple days a week, guys. Can y'all do your part? That's what I feel like. You know, some of
Stay
these
home,
social butterflies need to stay their ass home. Go read a book, dude. There's too much traffic.
dude. And I thought everyone works from home now.
Yeah,
What's
what the
going
fuck?
on? Just stay home. I have to go out. Okay. Do you like working from home?
Yes,
You do.
I think it brings out the worst in me, but I also love it.
What do you mean by worse than you?
It's too easy to just bullshit around all day and not actually focus on work. Like I get it done, but it's like I think if I had a job that was like really demanding and like you had to be on time for shit and whatever, I might have trouble, dude, cuz it's just so loosey goosey right now for me. I just wake up when I want, work when I feel like. It's hard, but I
Hmm.
love it. A lot of video game time.
I think that's it. Yeah. When I see the layoffs happening, and I want to say it's right because layoffs is a bullshit thing, but when people are like, "Oh, it's great. I get to do work from home and I do everything in 2 hours, and then I can do my laundry and do all these things." I'm like, I don't know, dude. If you should be playing that so publicly, you got to play it close to the vest. Like I work even more when I'm working from home. You can't be like letting all these like secrets fly.
I
You
mean,
got to
that's what you're supposed to say. Yeah, it's like I can
say,
get more done, be more efficient for my work masters.
but
But we
it's
all
LinkedIn.
know.
I LinkedIn is what's like driving everything. I th- I made a joke when I was doing stand up. Oh, by the way, I'm doing stand up
When?
March 16th, Saturday, Pasadena Ice House.
Dude, I'll be there.
You'll be there?
100%.
Shit. This is
Wait, what day is that?
the Saturday.
Oh, I'm going to be there, dude. Easy. Hell yeah.
Actually, I put that information. This is how you know we're really good at the show. We put it like this might not read well, but we actually have notes, and we're trying to make this seamless for you guys.
Yeah.
And I put that there as like, hey, we're at the top of the show. We're going to talk about my stand-up show. We can plug it early, and we'll plug it in at the end of the show. I completely forgot, and I start yelling about Girl Scout cookies. Great, yeah. But March 16th, want to see you there at the comedy. No, not the comedy store. At the Ice House. Let's run it back. Let's run it back. All right,
Yeah.
take two. All right. Yes, I want to see you there. March 16th, Saturday, at the Ice House in Pasadena. Come through. There you go.
That was clean.
That was clean, right?
That was a better one. Yeah. And I think you leaned into it. You were like, yes. And you kind of sounded like surprised. And then you got comfortable with it. You were good.
That's what I do, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I see in the. Well, is anything going on YouTube? Because I'm watching.
YouTube's pretty quiet. It's just signs, just signs in the chat today.
All right.
But it's going. I wanted to ask you something, dude.
Yeah, please do.
I was listening to another competing pod.
Okay.
Anywho, they were talking about, somebody said something, I don't even remember what it was, but they were saying like, oh, would you do this for $1 million? Or, oh, would you never do this again for $1 million? And then, and I thought, it got me thinking, $1 million is too easy because that's like a nice round number and you could do a lot with $1 million. But like, I think if we tune those numbers up, it could be more interesting. So I just want to play a little game with you, dude, because
Okay.
I had my own numbers, but I want to see what you think too. So, okay. So let's say if I offered you $15,000 cash right now
Okay.
to never drink Dr. Pepper again, would you do it?
$15,000 for Dr. Pepper.
To never
Give
drink
me-
Dr. Pepper again.
Do you know that's my favorite? Well, it's one of my
I do.
favorites.
You get it every time we go to get wings, dude. So it's like,
Yeah.
I don't. If you ask me, hey man, I'll give you 15 grand right now to never drink Coke again. No,
Yeah.
I love Coke, dude. It's my favorite soda. There's no way.
Yeah. Because if there's one thing you guys should know about me is I love a good DP. And $15,000 to give up a good DP, I don't know if I'm ready for that. I'm looking at the camera specifically. But cold hard cash, 15,000.
But it's like you can just drink
Yeah.
another soda, right?
You
It's
could,
easy.
but I love Dr. Pepper.
I know.
Dr. Pepper is a free agent out there. I don't know if you've noticed this, people, because I'm a student of the game. You'll find Pepper where they sell Coke. You'll find Dr. Pepper where they sell Pepsi. It seems to just make its way into both places, and I don't know how that happens.
I think it's because everyone's like, "Hey, Dr. Pepper's fire. We need to just
Yeah.
be cool so that we can all have part of Dr. Pepper." Because
Yeah.
if you're the one who can't hang out with Dr. Pepper, you're a fucking loser, dude. So I think it's just like everyone knows he's too hot.
This is the perks of getting your PhD.
Hmm.
Honestly, you have the ability to play in both ballparks.
Someone in the chat is asking, "Is that before or after tax?" I'm gonna say this is magic money, untaxed. Okay. So I have a couple more scenarios. So we'll say Dr. Pepper,
I'm not
15,000 is
taking
not enough.
Yeah, I'm not taking that.
Okay. What about this one's a little bit more sentimental.
Okay.
I'll give you $100,000 cash right now. Right now.
Nar.
Nar. I'm going Australian. Nar. So $100,000 cash right now. You can never hug someone again for the rest of your life, dude. Can't hug your mom. Can't hug your girl. If you're sad, you cannot be hugged. It's like a magic bubble around you.
All right. I hate to do this, but this is just hugs.
Literally just hugs.
Well, okay. Quick tangent. I'm gonna bitch about the people who say, "I'm not playing this game because that could never happen. There would never be a magic bubble that would keep that, and who would pay me $100,000 for that?"
Lame.
I fucking hate you. I've said the word "fuck" a lot of times today. I think that's the word of the pod.
Should have put it in the title.
But this is straight hugs. 100,000 straight cash.
Yeah. For the rest of your life, though, dude. You know, it's tough.
Yeah. Well, I look at it as like here's the reason why I'm saying I don't know is hugging your loved ones great, but there might be a time I might meet Katy Perry.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, and I'm not gonna fuck her. I'm not gonna be able to to smash.
The best that you're gonna get is a hug.
Is a hug.
And
the
now
best
you're throwing it
is a
away.
hug. And it's like I don't know, 100K for a hug from Katy Perry. That's tough. I think I'm gonna just take the 100K.
Wow.
Because I think I'm gonna take the 100K because there's only about few people I hug, and I feel like I've hugged them enough. And I think I can kind of get away with it, and 100K will be fine.
Well, there you go. So there's a number that works, dude.
There's a number that works for me.
There's a number that works for everything, and I just think that $1 million is just too much, and it makes it not fun. You know.
Yeah, as a kid, I probably wouldn't. You know, like when you have no game and you're like, "Hey, where's my hug?" That was
Hugs were huge in high school, dude. That's true. Everybody was hugging. That was the thing to do.
That was a big effing deal in 6th grade going to 7th grade. It's like, are you gonna hug this person before you graduate because we're gonna go to different middle schools? And the girl, I'd overhear girls and like, I'm not gonna hug him.
Him.
Yeah, I was like, damn, dude, like, why you gotta be like that?
That's tough, man. That's tough, dude. But if you were getting like mad hugs, your stock was going up, dude. People were seeing that from across the quad and stuff. Man. Yeah.
Yeah, like that's getting hugs and you were the king of the school. You're getting hugs.
And it's funny because I don't give a fuck about hugs anymore, to be honest. When people hug them, it's like, oh, yeah, okay. I always think, oh, yeah, all right, fine. And I'll go in for it. I always just go for handshakes or a dab or whatever, knucks, you know?
Yeah.
I'm not a big hugger.
What is it? All right, I'm going to bring it to gender now, which is, have you ever fist bumped a girl?
Sometimes.
Why do they make it so weird?
Yeah, they do make it weird.
I mean, I understand, like, as women, you probably don't fist bump each other, but this is a good...
It's understood, though.
This is everyone's homework assignment. I want everyone to do this, and please report back. Is when you run into girls that you know, go for a fist bump and watch how awkward the fist goes, because they don't extend their arms. They kind of T-Rex the arm first, and they're like, oh, and then they try to like paw you like a cat.
Yeah.
And I never understand that. We've all seen what a fist bump looks like. Why does it look so weird when you fist bump a girl?
They're not used to it, dude. They've never done it. Dudes have been trained. We've talked about this before. hand, lock, snap, knuck,
Mhm.
whatever. All that stuff has just been like we've done our reps. It is funny though. Sometimes I'll just put out the knucks like this and just kind of like,
Yeah.
here you go, and just let it hang. But they
Yeah.
do, even when it's just sitting there and it's motionless, they still don't have a good approach sometimes.
Yeah. Fist bump a girl, please,
Yeah.
and see how that goes. I like a good fist bump, man. That's just like it's solid, it's easy, it's honestly the one that'll get you the least in trouble. You can't like sexually harass someone by doing
It's
when
very
you shake
safe.
hands. You have the option to like tickle their palm, and then that like leads to some kind of like sexual harassment. A fist bump is as safe as it gets.
You ever notice dudes get like kind of offended sometimes if you just instead of like doing the handshake whole thing, shoulder thing, you just put a knuck out and just like bump them like when you first see them. Hey, what's up?
Mhm.
Hi. I feel like they think it's like oh, you're just gonna give me a knuck.
Yeah.
I love
Well,
that though.
going back to the hugs thing, I don't like it when if I if I don't like hugging dudes just straight up as a hug. There has to be a slap five in order for me to do it. And at best, I will do like the shoulder lean,
Yeah.
or I'll put one arm around you. But I don't like the hug. I
Dude
like
hugs.
we can be homies forever. I don't want just a regular ass hug. You slap five, and then we can kind of go from there. But don't just come in for the hug. I don't like that.
Yeah, because then it makes you ask. It begs the question, what are we? You know.
Like we can be friends forever. I don't want that.
I thought we were
I
bros.
yeah, like it's like hey man, like come on in, like we're homies. And I'm like, we are. That's why we'll slap five first, and then you kind of do the quick lean in. I don't want just a regular ass hug from a dude.
Hugs are not gay, dude.
They're not. It's not gay. It's I don't want it. Like I don't understand why people don't
Yeah.
adhere to that. I feel like that's a very okay thing to want and ask. Is it not?
I think that's totally normal. I'm just fucking with you. I think that's funny because I feel the same way, and it's not. Yeah, it's not like a what's the
Is it
word? It's
gay?
not a bigotry thing. Yeah, I'm just like,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I told you earlier, even from women, I'm not a big hug guy. Like, I just don't really know what we're doing. What is
Yeah.
this for?
Is it gay to use your turn signals in your car?
No. Is it gay to drink Diet Coke?
Well, I'm saying about the turn signals because technically you're telling other dudes where you're going.
True.
Dude,
Never thought about that.
that was sweet, dude. I knew you was sweet.
That's
when
like
you used
the
turn signals.
collateral stuff. You're not even paying attention. You're not even clocking it, dude.
Yeah.
And you're putting that out there.
Speaking of gay,
Great.
did you know that humpback sex was photographed for the first time?
I did not know that. What's it look
Yeah.
like?
It's two whales going at it, and both whales were male.
Oh. Hey, that's cool.
Whales, yeah, humpback whales have been observed having sex for the first time, with this landmark moment having an interesting twist. The two whales were male. Uh, Despite decades of research on humpback whales, sightings of the male penis have been rare. Copulation by the species had not been documented by people until now, when two photographers captured images of a sexual encounter between two whales off the coast of Hawaii. Can you imagine that? You're thinking, whoa, man, we're going to see something that we've never seen before. And lo and behold, you have never seen this before.
I've never seen that before. If you go whale watching, if that's like bonus if you get to see them having sex. That's crazy. Super rare.
Yeah. Have you seen a whale in person?
No. Well, I've seen like Shamu, but he was
Shamu.
trapped. Yeah.
Oh, hold up. Is Shamu is the name of the whale,
Yeah.
right? So how long has Shamu lived? Because I feel like I've not heard Shamu has died.
I think
I
they just like die and then they just get a different one and call him Shamu again.
like the
Shamu
fourth
is
grade
immortal.
gerbil. They're the fourth grade gerbil. It's like
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
I don't know if orcas come with like different paint jobs. I think they're all like kind of the same, or maybe they're like dogs, where like they're all a little different, but they have a similar like kind of thing.
Yeah, because we're always talking about Shamu and Willie. Those are the two ones, Free Willy and Shamu. But if Shamu died, I've never heard of it, and I feel like Shamu's been around forever. So are they just cycling? It's like Menudo.
Oh
Just
my
constantly.
god!
What? Did you find Shamu, or you're watching two whales fuck?
Oh, I think he's dead.
He's dead?
Well, they said Shamu was a female orca captured in October 1965. So that was a long
Okay.
fucking time ago.
Okay.
From a southern resident pod. She was sold to SeaWorld San Diego and became the star attraction. She died in August 1971. So whatever Shamu we have met is like multiple generations later down the line of Shamu. They're all
Yeah.
imposters, dude.
I don't like that. Because you'll never live up to Shamu. Can you imagine being named after Shamu, and you're not going to be the actual Shamu?
Yeah, you got some big fins to fill there, you know? That's tough.
Speaking of, like, I mean, I think we're all assuming whale penises have to be huge. I mean, that's by design because by scale. I
They're
remember,
probably
like,
pretty big.
yeah, there was a story I was going to do last week, which was AI. Someone asked AI to draw like a rabbit or something, and like the AI drew a rabbit with a fucking huge dong.
Nice.
But it made me think, like, which animal is the one that's packing the most? I think it has to be horses. By
Oh, you mean like by like their body size, like
by body
proportionally?
size, yeah. I think
I
horses are
wonder. Because
horses
blue
got
whale
that dog.
penises are pretty big. I'm looking at it. I mean, it's
It's
pretty.
your
They
background.
get like 10 feet long, dude. They're pretty freaking big.
Yeah.
Oh, it might be, and that might be animal. That's true. By by body weight, I guess, or I don't know. Anyways, we'll figure this out. I'm gonna look into this a little bit more. Because that is
Honestly,
an interesting question.
it could be worms. Maybe worms are all penis.
Yeah, and we just don't know. But like comparatively, they're huge, or like ants or something. So have a huge dick.
Yeah.
What do you think about this whale thing, really quick, before we keep moving or whatever? Like,
Mm.
so those whales are gay. Like, what do you think? Like Republicans think about gay animals?
Well, they've obviously been.
Are
Well,
they gonna kill them
I
for
mean,
being gay?
if we know what's right.
Because you can't arrest a whale, right? Like,
Yeah.
and does that mean that it's like it's normal then? Because animals are doing it? Because they're not like they're immune to propaganda. You can't
Mm.
get in a whale's head, you know, with
Right. Oh,
postcards.
you know what happened, dude? They threw away vaccines into the sea, and the vaccines got in there, and then you add that along with chemtrails, and it's the perfect storm with the monsoons, and all
Yeah.
of a sudden they're turning the whales gay.
They were playing Taylor
Yeah.
Swift in
Mhm.
the at the lake or whatever on the beach. Made
Yeah.
all the
Well,
whales gay.
I mean, that just proves that being gay is just part of nature.
I think so.
You roll a character, and all of a sudden you just happen to be gay.
I think once
And
the animals are gay, that confirms it just happens, you know?
Mhm.
Because animals don't know anything.
Yeah. We back in the old show, I was talking about the story with Anthony from League of Ridiculous Conversations, and like these gay dogs were coming out, not out of the closet, but they're like going out, and they're just being fucked by other dude dogs. And uh, I'll do this again. The breed, obviously, like ironically enough, was the golden receiver.
Yes, dude.
Wi-Fi right there, boom. Yeah, but whales are gay, dude. Good for them. Love is love.
Yeah, it's all good, man.
I I support their journey. Honestly, that's just life, dude.
There's a
Free
lot of
will.
this stuff floating around right now, though. I don't know if this is just trending or if animals collectively have decided to just start being
Mm,
gay. But I saw this video of these lions, two dude
mm,
lions, going at it just a
yeah.
couple days ago too. So I don't know if they just put out like a memo or if something's in the air, but I think gay animals are trending right now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, dude, if we can pitch a movie to the whale community, honestly, you don't even have to do much. Just repackage the movie Free Willy, and it that name goes a long way.
Mm-hmm.
Free
Smash hit
Willy.
with the whale community.
I think that'll be our calling. Just making like gay porn movies for animals.
That could be fun, dude. I'm in.
Yeah, Free Willy. I don't know. Humpback Mountain.
Dude, there it is.
Yeah, Humpback Mountain.
There's a whale called a sperm whale, so you can do something with that too, you know?
Mm,
It's right
yeah.
there. Maybe a little too on the nose, but
what are good gay animal movies? Like that's
chat. Feel free to throw your favorite one in the chat there.
all
If you
right.
guys come
I
up
mean,
with
I
anything.
came up. I did Free Willy and Humpback Mountain. You got something?
Mm, I'm getting nervous, dude. Now I'm on the spot. I don't know.
It's tough. I mean,
Give me a little time. No.
yeah. Well, here, let it
Let's
marinate,
circle back.
and people in the chat can do this. Other thing I wanted to bring to the table was, oh yeah, wait, do we talk about this one? Oh shit, no articles. That's how long it's been sitting there. But that woman in Ventura County, right up to 101, stabbed her boyfriend because she got high on cannabis and like stabbed him 100 times, and she's actually like not guilty.
Really? I think we did talk about that, but I didn't know she was
Did?
not guilty. She must have had a good lawyer.
They, she was induced by cannabis.
Wow.
She had insane high.
She must have been so high, dude, because I've smoked weed plenty of times and I've never really wanted to like kill anybody or really do anything too like strenuous, you know? It's pretty
Yeah.
chill vibes for me.
Yeah, I don't know. Like stabbing someone 100 times, you have to be crazy. If you stab someone 5 times, I'm like, ah, you didn't like them. 100 times, you've gone insane.
I think after the first one, it's like they like drop off significantly. The first one is like the rage, you know, spontaneous, scared one, and then after that, it's like those are all you're thinking about it every time. So 100 is like a pretty crazy number.
Yeah. And the chat sounds about white.
There you go. Oh, humpback bukkake is another one. All right.
The Lion Queen.
Ooh, that could be
Yeah.
fun. He's like a drag queen or something.
Yeah. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
drag.
nice.
I like that. What other movies, dude? I feel like there's so many movies we've seen in our lives. So we can't come up with a couple movie titles here for gay animals.
Jesus. Nah, I'm blanking right now. I don't want to keep thinking about it though. I think this is like this is hitting a weird spot for me, like gay animal movies, and this is like this is a no-fly zone.
But you know where you
Starting
can
to
watch
feel
it? You know where you can watch these movies?
Hmm.
Petflix.
Dude, you're crushing it, man. You're just a names guy. I think it's like I feel like I'm hitting the randomize button, and you're just
Yeah.
coming up with good stuff, dude.
Yeah, we're going back to improv class.
I know. See, I need to be open. I'm thinking too much, dude. This is what the
Stan,
instructor
let's
told
go,
us. Let's just
yeah.
do it. I know. That's
Well, I
true.
think that's a good place to end, dude. I'm gonna go ahead and plug my show again, March 16th. Come through and come see me. Also next week we're gonna do our show on Monday as a temporary off day. So we're not taking a week off. We're coming to you earlier on the Monday instead of Wednesday next week. But we'll be back to normal schedule the following. But you'll know where to find us on Monday. And if you have any gay animal movies, just DM us and we'll read on the next one. Victor, where can I
Send
find
those
us?
over. Guys, you can find us anywhere you find your podcast, the Apple Podcast app and Spotify. We live stream on Twitch and YouTube every Wednesday, but Monday next week. You can also find us at To Live and Talk in LA on Instagram and X. Give us a follow, guys.
Social homework assignment. When you see a girl that you know, fist bump and report back.
Yep.
Is it weird? We want to know. All right. Peace.
Later, guys.